Time for a little kitchen counter electronic demonstration. This is a set of Sanyo Architect series components. It's got a AV controller for switching, between TVs, VCRs, and all that good stuff. It's got an AM/FM tuner, a dual cassette deck. A few years ago, a friend of mine gave me these, but unfortunately, they all need they don't plug into the wall. They use a proprietary ribbon cable to interconnect through a special preamp and amplifier. Well, I didn't have that preamp and amplifier, and I did hack the tuner at one point to run off a 12-volt power supply and put RCAs on the back. However, I have got the matching amplifier for it now. I found this at a flea market yesterday for $3. In fact, let's turn this on real quick. See if we can get some sound here. Oh.
In that area, it's going to be between basically Alma Quarter, north of Waverly, and Dover. In that area are going to be the areas of the most concern.
Okay, turn the speakers off. You can see I've got it hooked up to some inexpensive speakers. Now, if you're wondering why I'm running both a regular indoor-outdoor speaker and the car speakers have capacitors in series with them. So I'm running each pair of speakers in series, and that gives me the benefit of the capacitor in case just some DC decides to get onto the speaker lines. Give me a little bit of protection there as the CD fell off the counter. So now I have a way to run all this stuff, and you gotta admit it's pretty impressive looking, all set up like this. You can see it's pretty. I mean, this is a pretty cool setup here, how all this works. But I haven't tried the tape deck yet. I probably should do that here in a second. It's got a 5-band EQ, however, it doesn't really seem to be affecting the sound any as I adjust it. Let's
this tornado on the ground, and numerous reports of funnel clouds with us. It stayed pretty steady and true from around Odessa up through north of Higginsville. We'll continue to track up, looks like right now, toward the Waverly area, if not just south of Waverly.
Don't worry, it's all north of me. But, yeah, now the balance control seems to be pretty dirty. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. And I probably ought to give you some model numbers. This is a JA-150. It claims 150 plus 150, so probably 75 watts real power. I need to take this apart. I looked at it real quick, and I saw what looked like some Sanyo STK modules, but that could be for something else that just happens to be on the heatsink. It's really cool, though, after all these years of having these, being able to use it all as one unit. Well, after playing with it a little bit more, I've kind of got the EQ trying to work. You can see here the tape deck does work, and it seems to be working quite nicely. Look down in there, there's some definite wear on that rubber roller down there. Can't get in there to see, but oh, there we go. Yeah, you can definitely see that roller needs some cleaning. Ooh, and that oh dang, that is really dirty, but it's been in the basement for a while too. This here doesn't quite look so bad, the record deck, but as you can see, it can clearly, it plays a tape just fine. Well, for the most part. And you saw me demonstrate the tuner earlier while some areas all around me, but pretty much everybody but me was under a tornado warning. But get this around back here so you can see the get that. I'll need to light again, but there's the back of the AV controller, which you can see is not being used right now. Let you get the model number there. Here's the tuner up here. Just a piece of wire for an antenna right now. There's the RCA that I installed. Right here's the power input wire I rigged up. I've just got it taped off now that I have the proper way of running it. There's the back of the tape deck. Nothing but the ribbon cable. And it's got a little beat cancel switch on the back. And then here's the back of the receiver itself. Now I don't know if I pointed this out earlier, but the fuses have foil around them, which is nothing short of disturbing, and a big part of the reason why I ran the 2 pairs of speakers in series with the capacitors. It's got a couple switched outlets on the back. It looks like it's designed to where all the heatsink is back here. So all the heat comes up behind the components from the amplifier, so that's good. There's the ribbon cables for the tuner and the tape deck. There's all kinds of AV outputs right there. And these are just where I was going to connect up a CD player, but the CD player I grabbed, well, didn't work. So, and then there's where the cable for the AV controller plugs in. It's got a 5-pin connector, but only 2 of them are used, so I'm not quite sure what's up with that. But anyway, there's the back side of the unit. Well, as I again whip out the camera, I've got the lid off of it, and those are not STK modules. These are discrete transistors here. What do we got here? We got there's Sanyo, which I'm guessing is some kind of a Sanyo subsidiary. 2SC3858, what was that, 73Y at the bottom. And then get over here. I'm zoomed in, it's hard to hold it steady. Wait, let's go over to the other channel. Yeah, that looks a little better. Then the other one is a 2SA1494 73Y. So I'm guessing those are the NPN, PNP counterparts for a push-pull setup. You can kind of see that the 2 sides are pretty similar on the amplifier. A pair of 10,000 microfarad Rubicon filter caps. Big honking transformer here. I'm beginning to think that, well, this is a lot more beefy than I thought it was at first glance. I don't know why the fuses are tinfoil, though I intend to get the proper size fuses and replace them in the near future. Preferably before I set it up on its own. I'm going to give this thing a good blowjob with the air compressor. Yeah, but anyway, I need to edit this together, so I either got something really awesome here or just something that's engineered to look awesome.